Hello, world. You are listening to The Passion Show with Wizard. It's a do-it-together radio show all about passions and the people who have them. Today on the show, episode 1, it's Simon.
Hello, hello, hello.
Simon, my coworker. Not just my coworker, my friend.
I'm glad it's more than just coworker.
Oh, of course. We've crossed through the acquaintanceship threshold, haven't we?
Yeah.
And also you're a man now.
I'm a man now. Recently 19.
Wow. Old boy Simon.
Old boy. He's no longer 18.
That's a major threshold to cross. Threshold to cross. No, in all honesty, congratulations.
Thank you. Glad to be on planet Earth and The Passion Show.
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
The very first episode.
That was quite the surprise for me, in all honesty. Episode 1 of The Passion Show is Simon.
Must be an honor.
I'm actually so excited. I'm actually I drove here as soon as you texted me and just was like, okay, I'm ready. I went to my record shelf and just grabbed a bunch of just my favorites, things I think would be interesting, things I'm passionate about.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you just tell the people a little bit about yourself before we get into the passion? The people want to know about you, Simon.
They want to know who Simon is. Simon is your local outdoorsy kind of guy. And he also happens to listen to a lot of music. And I love music. I love the idea of a live performance. I love the idea of music production. I've grown up in Guelph my entire life. And
the Music City, they call it.
The Music City. Really?
I call it that.
I've heard quite the opposite, actually. That Guelph music is dead. But I quite enjoy Guelph music.
We're bringing it back.
There are definitely a few bands and festivals that are just really pumping it out.
We're a couple of Hillside heads, aren't we?
I'm definitely a Hillside head. That was you popped the cherry on Hillside.
Very true.
I'm a Hillside head.
I went 2 years ago.
Okay.
I was shaking on the fence of Volley Village. Let me in. I want to have fun with you guys. I went for one day.
Okay.
It was nothing. It didn't count.
But no, that counts. My first Hillside was one day as well. And I'm like, why would I pay for this when I can volunteer?
Very true.
Because it's free if you volunteer, for those who don't know.
Minus the exorbitant volunteer fee of what, like $30?
$20.
Hilarious.
$20. And that covers a bunch of meals.
What an unbelievable organization. Big shout outs at The Passion Show and indeed at CFRU. We love Hillside.
Fun fact, I'm not sure if you've seen it. There's actually an OG kind of Hillside mixtape hanging around the CD shelves. Yeah.
That's incredible.
2009 Hillside.
We're going to have to go witness that after this show.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Simon's outdoorsy. He loves music. And he's on The Passion Show to just talk about what he loves.
He's outdoorsy and he loves music.
He likes long walks on the beach.
A man after my own heart. Incredible. So, tell the people what you're passionate about, please.
All right. So when Wizard was like, I'm going to have this show on CFRU. It's called The Passion Show. And it's just going to be a space to talk about what you love. And I was like, Wizard, you know what I love? MF Doom. So I'm here today kind of just to talk about MF Doom, why I love him, some of his history, some fun facts, some random knowledge that I've acquired over the last few years of listening, and why I think you should probably listen to MF Doom.
That's amazing. Because I personally, let me just tell you, I've enjoyed the music of MF Doom for a pretty long time. A good percentage of my life. But I've never been into the back catalog. I know I should be, I've listened to the big ones.
Yep.
I've listened to Mad Villainy.
Okay. Yep,
I've listened to Vaudeville Villain.
Okay.
I've listened to
Food.
But that's kind of it. And there's the other album, the one that has there's the Dilla beats on it. That's probably many of his albums. I don't know.
He's a collaborator.
He loves collaborating.
The big three that people typically know are his debut, technically. We'll get into that. Operation Doomsday.
Food, that one. I've listened to that one
Mad
too.
Villainy is probably his biggest.
Yeah.
For many great reasons.
Everyone loves that record.
It's perfect. It's pretty darn good.
It is. Why don't you just start from the start? I'm just going to lean back in my chair.
And let me talk.
And yeah, just yap about MF Doom, please.
Absolutely. So for those who aren't in the studio looking at my massive style of records, I brought some records into the studio. Mainly because I collect MF Doom records. And hopefully one day I hope to have them all. collecting like Pokemon cards.
Amazing.
The first three I have here are just the big three. I have Operations Doomsday, I have Madvillainy, I have Food, and just as like an intro to his music, those are probably the three you want to first listen to. That is what most people get into
Okay.
when listening to MF Doom, and debatably is his best stuff. Lyrically, the samples are great, the mixing's great, the collaborations are pretty solid on those, especially Madvillainy.
Who are your favorite collaborations on those?
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Okay.
We'll get there. But
back in the chair. Back in the chair.
We'll get there. Because like MF Doom at heart is a collaborator.
Okay.
The reason he is so large, I think, is because of his love of music and the collaboration that comes with it.
Uh-huh.
He's a solo artist, but in everything but being a solo artist. I think most musicians probably say that as well. They have a team backing them, behind the scenes. But
He seems to put his team in front of the scenes,
yes,
which I love.
yes, he truly is like a nice guy. I think, we don't know celebrities at heart, but he's always seemed to be one of those guys that's truly in it for the music. I think one of the greatest things is like one of his first records, Operation Doomsday, really kind of goes into these old samples that he listens to as a kid. And he samples them onto these beats, and it works. Like you would think these are classic blues albums that are just like fed into a rap beat about crazy topics. Like he grew up, so MF Doom was born in the UK.
That's right.
Yeah, born in the UK, unfortunately passed in the UK, but grew up most of his life in New York. So he was like a New York rapper through and through.
Because he lived there with like his family, his cousins, right?
Yeah, and his brother. Which is a big thing on why he became MF Doom. So I actually have it here, but MF Doom kind of got his start, not as MF Doom, but as a rap group called KMD. Mm-hmm. KMD was a rap group started with his brother, and unfortunately his brother passed. So the label kind of dropped them. He wasn't making music. He wasn't going to go on without his brother. After a few years, he comes back with a vengeance as the rapper who's here to take over the game. The rapper who's here to like just cause chaos in the world. MF Doom. Inspired by the Marvel comic book villain, Dr. Doom.
That's right.
Yeah.
The iconic mask.
Hence the mask, hence the villain persona throughout all of his tracks, hence the references to Marvel comics, the superhero stuff. And he kind of had this like... So backtracking. He had this Marvel...
Backtrack all you want.
Backtrack all I want. So on this first album, a lot of it is really like nerdy rap in a way. Because this guy's a nerd. He loves Marvel comics. He loves rap. And he's rapping about what he loves. A lot of the lyrics are quite crazy. Like you can get into the double entendres and like the flows and everything there. But a lot of it is quite like nerdy in the sense. Like he's referencing music, shows, comics in ways that... What are you doing? Wizard just took off like a Band-Aid or something. But
it's true.
His original, like his first album was quite nerdy in a sense. His second album kind of followed that goofy rap. But again, a lot of this is goofy or nerdy or geeky or whatever you want to call it. But it covers some pretty heavy topics like New York gangs, New York, violence. Like this is like the early 90s. This wasn't like a great magical place where things are thriving. This is a pretty
not the happiest era in that city.
Not the happiest era in New York City. I think he grew up in Long Island too, so like not the worst part to be in, but still. And he wasn't growing up in some crazy, rich household. Like he was pretty down roots. Mm-hmm. And he's lost his brother, but he's coming back to rap, and he's bringing forth lyrics that, for one, send a message, but two, are just catchy. Uh-huh. Like most of his tracks just sound good, and a lot of people that listen to MF Doom kind of critique his flow because it's never on beat.
No,
and
who cares?
But who cares, right? Like it's the
still, off-kilter flow is what makes it sick.
Exactly. It sounds good. It sounds great in the most surprising way. But on these records, he's sending forth a message of like rap in the industry, in the music industry, because he's seen it. When he was in KMD with his brother, he had a pretty nasty label. Labels making them, push out music. His brother dies. And he's still expected to push out music with this rap group, KMD, that is no longer a rap group. It is a solo act.
Wow. That's wild.
And they were kind of locked into, as most labels do, lock them into a pretty crappy contract. KMD dies, doesn't own any of the masters anymore. That's kind of just a lost project to be done. Recently, they've actually gotten back most of their masters, I believe, and they're now selling KMD records on like MF Doom official stores, all that stuff. And it's known, okay, this is who MF Doom was before he was MF Doom. Trying to think like progression wise here.
Thinking.
It'll all be in the post production. It'll be post production.
Yeah, we'll cut all of this, dear listeners. Wink.
Wink. So we have the big three. We have that he was in KMD. And MF Doom in these late 90s, early 2000s starts to kind of blow up. I'm going to actually pull out some of these records here.
Yes, that is very exciting.
And the first thing that I really love about MF Doom
Okay.
was his approach to being a celebrity. So for most of his career, MF Doom was just known as that, like a character. Most people didn't know his identity. He wasn't pretty like vocal about his identity. And the reason for that was, again, he wanted that privacy, that sense of separating the artist from his personal life. He was still a rapper. He was great. But outside of the mask, he was a normal person. He was actually like well known for taking off the mask, going into a crowd before a show, and just having a few beers with his fans.
All right.
Under the guise of, yeah, I'm just here for the music. I'm just here to hang out. Like, what's your favorite song? 20 minutes later, he's on stage.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Like imagine, I mean, to the scale of like, what would make sense? Like one of your favorite rappers just coming down, just hanging out with you, not saying too much about the actual, like their life. And you're just like, dang, you're both here for the music. MF Doom was always for the music. And part of that was the reason he wore this mask. He didn't want to be idolized as a celebrity in the sense of, I love Taylor Swift because they're like this super cool pop star icon. He wants to be idolized for the music, which didn't in turn work because people love the image of MF Doom. They love the mask. They love the persona. But the idea behind it was to separate the person from the music.
People will have a parasocial relationship with artists they love no matter what.
100%. Which like, but the idea was there. The idea was there that like he is just creating the music. It's not this person behind it. It's the music is there for you to listen to. Another kind of layer of that was his multiple personas.
Okay.
So we have the character MF Doom.
That's right.
We have KMD, who is MF Doom. Not a huge secret. Daniel Dumoulin, I believe it's pronounced. Pretty chill guy as far as people are concerned. He officiates weddings. Fun fact.
That's amazing. I didn't know that.
There's some famous photos of him officiating his friend's wedding. Ex-friend, because that friend stole a book full of like MF Doom lyrics.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Uncool.
Kind of just some crazy lore. But MF Doom was known for his personas, which often collaborate with himself and also don't and kind of do their own thing. I brought a few today, just two of the more prominent ones. One of them is Victor Vaughn, which Wizard said he listened to.
Yeah.
That was like, you were like, that's a pretty big one, but not really.
No?
Like, that's the most popular.
Interesting. I feel like that one's gotten a real underground like reappraisal. People seem to love it in the internet world.
It is one of his best persona like albums, debatably. I'm more a fan of his other, King Ghidorah. And if you're not getting the references here, Victor Vaughn is like Victor Von Doom, again, Marvel Comics. King Ghidorah is from Godzilla. So again, this is
I've never heard of this. This is so exciting to me.
This is the thing. Like, he's a nerdy guy. Like, he loves what he loves, and he brings it into his rap game.
He's passionate.
He's passionate, some may say.
I love that.
But Victor Vaughn was probably his most popular, like, kind of offbeat track. It was very different than the geeky MF Doom that we saw. It was more serious. It was more like heavy flows. And it was kind of praised, I would say, as like this underground niche album. Victor Vaughn 2 is kind of like a mixtape. Technically, it was never really published. It's all right. Like, it's all right. It's not bad. It's definitely like, you can't compare the first with the second. Like, they're very different projects. That's why it's referred to more as a mixtape. But there's like Victor Vaughn 2, which is just the second album. And Victor Vaughn does have a few collaborations on other artists' albums, but again, like it's as Victor Vaughn, not MF Doom. The copy I have here is from like a record store day, and it does just kind of specify this is an MF Doom record. It's just like, okay, so we know.
That's funny. Look at that.
Yeah, so it's Victor
People
Vaughn.
got to know. The
People gotta
record
know.
store's got to make their money.
Exactly.
You know,
But in the past,
God bless him.
In the past, you would find a Victor Vaughn album, and you wouldn't know it's the same guy.
That is,
You could tell
I
via
love that.
voice, but like you wouldn't be able to say, okay, these are the same people.
It wouldn't be on the site of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You wouldn't notice that in the record store.
It'd be the same label, and maybe if you connected the dots, which people eventually did, but it could be a pickup. You could be a Victor Vaughn fan for life and never know he was this other rapper. The other one I brought in was King Ghidorah. Again, Godzilla, nerdy. And another thing about MF Doom, like I mentioned, he likes to kind of send forth this message. A lot of his messages aren't always, you know, the satire on like the rap game and the industry. Sometimes it's just like a storyline. So King Ghidorah, the album Take Me to Your Leader, was the first King Ghidorah album. I believe there's a second one, but again, similar style. It's like a mixtape. This one kind of tells the story of King Ghidorah being this rapper taken over by a mysterious force. It makes sense if you're into like the kaiju lore and stuff like that. That's not my thing. But
I love the kaiju lore.
Okay, well, essentially,
I'm
King
into that
Ghidorah
stuff.
takes over this rapper on Earth, and the rapper's sole goal now is to like take over the world via music.
Just like Godzilla might.
Godzilla's on the mic,
Oh man,
But-
that appeals to me in an intense way.
but this
This is why I have this show.
yeah.
You are a phenomenal proof of concept right now. I just want people to come in here and
Like,
sit down
here's
with
this
me and
random
tell me
information.
about things that I'm going to love. Sorry, carry on.
No, I'm glad that you're saying that, but like, this is what makes me happy. MF Doom was the reason I got into collecting music. MF Doom's the reason I think I'm so heavily into music and the idea of a live performance today. I'm a bit of a bandwagoner in the sense that I only discovered MF Doom after his death. So I'm pretty new fan, all things considered. He died back in 2018.
Oh man,
I believe so. It's
I think it's 2020.
2020.
Let's look it up.
I believe he died earlier, but then his death was announced
That's right.
after.
That's right. I think you're totally right about that. But for the sake of not
For the
publishing,
False
what do they call
information.
it? Yeah, fake
Let's-
news.
Fake news. Let's look it up. Let's pull up the Google. But I'll keep going.
it was indeed 2020.
Okay, you're right.
Wizard's giant noggin.
I'm a fake fan, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh
That
my
is
God.
far from the truth,
Kick me
Simon. You
off
know it.
the
I
show.
know it. We all know it.
Kick me off the show.
Not in 100 years.
And it really all started with Kanye West, and I think even Drake posted like "R.I.P. MF Doom" on their Twitters back when it was Twitter. This is old.
It's still Twitter.
It's still twitter.com. But they posted, and I was a pretty young guy in high school. I'm gonna listen to Drake. I'm gonna listen to Kanye pre
all of that.
whatever that happened. Yeah,
Truly.
truly. Even Drake debatably as well now, but he's still doing well for himself. Crazy the world changes sometimes.
I'm shaking my head.
Shaking my head. SMH, man. But
Maybe one day someone will come in here and give us
a Drake fashion
a
show.
45-minute long explanation of what exactly happened there.
Give me 10 years and I'll be there, because we'll have the time to reflect and be like, what actually happened post album drops, all that stuff.
The people need to know.
I need to know. But back to King Ghidorah.
King Ghidorah, yeah.
King Ghidorah.
More about King Ghidorah,
King-
please.
So this album was more of a concept album. Again, this is MF Doom taking a different artistic approach to music and not wanting to put it under the MF Doom brand. He makes this little side character, drops a record on it. Of course, it's really good. It's a really cool concept album about, like, again, a rapper that's here to take over the world. Victor Vaughn, very similar, this kind of darker take on the MF Doom character through the eyes of Victor Vaughn, kind of rapping about darker messages. I think the death of his brother, and a few other topics as well. There are a few other collaborations and like side characters, but these are the two main ones. I think there's in total about 6 different personas
Man,
MF Doom has fallen under.
I only have just the 2.
Just the 2. Now you know 3.
Now I know 3. I mean, I personally
Oh, okay.
have 2
Okay.
personas.
Yeah. 2. Wizard and
And the other guy.
And the other guy.
On the radio, it's just Wizard.
It's just Wizard. Simon is Simon. There's not really a second persona.
Hey, we're working on it.
We're getting there. We're getting there. I got to adopt a costume and...
Yeah, put on the mask.
Put on the mask. Exactly.
Put on the wizard hat. No, don't put on the wizard hat. That's mine.
That's fair.
I'll
find like a pair of like trousers or something that's really special.
Trouser man.
Exactly. The collaborations are something that makes them really unique, I think. You don't have a lot of artists. You have artists making like side projects. I think one of them is like Mac Miller. He was known for kind of, I think there's a record store day release last year where he dropped an album under a different name, but everyone knew at this point this was Mac Miller. But the idea of releasing music under an alternate name, it's not new, right? Authors have done it for years due to like, you know, hate against women, hate against people of color, writing under like different, more wider names. I think it's really cool that he's kind of taken this idea of like a pen name, but transformed it into, I want to make different projects under different, you know, names, but not just for the sake of different genre, different music, different message. And the experimentation.
He's made it part of the art project.
Exactly. Like MF Doom, in a sense, is this huge. I mean, it is an art, but it feels like an art project put together by what is, again, a geeky rapper. Like, I'm gonna have different personas. I'm gonna have different like rapper names. Like,
I love that. That excites me. The idea of, to me, incorporating the packaging and presentation of your art into the message of the art itself is incredible.
And it is great for marketing too. I mean, you can see like people like Taylor Swift dropping, I mean, like 5, 6, 7 different records on the same album. This is more like
re-releasing the same album 800 times.
Yeah. But in this sense, it's like, they're putting out new music, but again, it's different concepts. If that makes sense.
Hey, it makes sense to me.
Makes sense to me.
I hope it makes sense to the listeners at home.
We are just rambling. This is just my passion.
Hey, that's the whole point of the show.
Yeah.
I could only hope that you would ramble for me.
Just ramble for you.
The mission accepted.
45 minutes of just Simon talking random stuff about MF Doom.
Probably almost has been. I don't know. I'm not keeping track.
I'm not keeping track either.
We're flying by the seat of our pants on this radio show. Hey, it's the first episode. What could you expect?
So, random transition. MF Doom Christmas album.
Excuse me?
Have you heard about it?
No. Please tell me more.
Of course. So, preface. MF Doom was on Adult Swim one night as a special guest for the Christmas kind of like special. So the entire night was like reruns or new episodes of like Christmas specials for Adult Swim shows. And so there's a few clips online of like him between commercials being like, yo, it's me, MF Doom. I'm going to be your host tonight. And it's kind of just a really fun kind of go lucky. This rapper is just on Adult Swim in a funny scenario. Great. Now, MF Doom Christmas album is where it comes in kind of interesting. Have you heard of the Wu-Tang Clan? They're kind of underground.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Quite the niche.
Wu-Tang Clan? Yeah. I've heard of Wu-Tang Clan.
And so, like I mentioned, MF Doom, I think his strongest like skill is collaboration. He's not just this one guy making music. He loves music and the collaboration that comes behind it. We have this Wu-Tang Clan album, which is technically a Wu-Tang Clan Christmas album. MF Doom does a lot of production and also has a few features on this Christmas album.
Okay.
So, one thing, Wu-Tang Clan Christmas album is crazy enough. I can't imagine, like, you turn on the radio, you play your Hallmark radio channel, and you have MF Doom come on.
Hey, that sounds good to me.
It sounds like amazing, but it'd blow my mind. And it did when I first listened to it. As I collect these, records from MF Doom, again, my goal is to collect all of them. So I'm going to niche real, not niche, but like Reddit threads to try and find a list of all his collaborations. And I find this Wu-Tang Clan Christmas album that also has him on it. And it's a good album. It's great. It's not a Christmas album, that's for sure, but it's
called one.
It's Christmas themed in the sense of, again, it's a concept. Christmas themed. Random fun fact about MF Doom.
Keep them coming.
I'm going to pull out a few more in just a moment.
Oh, please do. Please. I wish that I spoke about this on another radio show I did, Plato's Rave. Thank you, by the way. While Simon pulls out the next record, I'd like to shout out Sequoia, and Plato's Rave, the previous holder of this truly wonderful spot that I find myself in. 9 o'clock on a Friday? Are you kidding me?
It's pretty good.
And that show is amazing. You should all go head right on down to cfru.ca and type in Plato's Rave. Find it in the archive. Don't just listen to my episode. Listen to every episode. I'm not even going to tell you what episode I'm on. You're going to have to figure it out because you're going to listen to all 5 episodes of Plato's Rave.
You play one a night and you'll get it done within a week.
That's
Not
so
even.
true.
Not even.
You know, 5 work days of fun.
And most of the time, it's just good times. And with Wizard on it, even greater times.
Oh, no.
I
mean, I appreciate that,
pretty
but
good.
Sequoia Kim is a pretty magnetic personality.
Definitely. 100%.
Thank you, all of you Plato's Ravers who are still tuning in right here at 9 p.m. sharp on a Friday night. And thank you, Sequoia, for having me on that show. And I see some new records on the table. Tell me about
some
them.
new records on the table. So the 2 I pulled out for the viewers that aren't physically in the studio are
Which is all of them.
everyone. Gorillaz, Demon Days, and then Scarface and MF Doom. I think it's called just Back in Action.
Oh, look at these.
Yeah, Back in Action.
I hope the listeners can hear the
Those
sound
scrum
of
like this.
vinyl movement. Uh-oh.
Oh, kind of the ASMR. They're in a bunch of like really bougie sleeves because Simon likes to protect his records and expensive things.
I know. That's fair.
They're expensive. They're an investment. I got insurance on them.
Exactly.
It's a collection, man. So like I mentioned, MF Doom, I think his greatest skill is his collaboration. Most of his albums are collaboration albums. If you go on Spotify, look at MF Doom, they've done a pretty good job of kind of laying it all out now. Before it was kind of spread out between all of his different personas and features.
In my old days of listening to this guy, it was just an absolute nightmare.
It was hard to find
to navigate.
Yeah.
But that was part of the fun.
Exactly. Part of the search.
Part of the art even.
And a lot of these artists, like even now with like the digital age, a lot of these artists are definitely lost. Like MF Doom and his collaborators, some of them were just rappers from the 90s that were featured on records and just were never seen again. One of the most prominent was Mr. Fantastic. And there's some pretty cool people online looking online to find who was Mr. Fantastic and looking into the 90s rap scene. Again,
I remember a couple songs starting with like Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah,
and I was like, who is this?
Pre-internet, you wouldn't be able to find out who Mr. Fantastic was because he was just a rapper in the New York rap scene that hung out with MF Doom and his friends. So, and the greatest part was Mr. Fantastic was the persona of a different rapper. So he quite literally only has 2 songs to his name, officially, and no EPs, no nothing,
no mixtape,
aside from like maybe Physical or that one show you caught in a bar in Long Island.
A real honest to God mixtape, outside the venue,
exactly,
crate full of tapes.
It's not just him, but that's the most prominent because of his amazing feature on Rap Snitch Niches. But MF Doom, his greatest art, I think, is collaboration. I brought his 2 most popular, I think at least, Back in Action with Scarface, who still is making great music. Love Scarface. True. And then Gorillaz, Damon Albarn, great creative project. I think it truly is just an example of...
Yeah, speaking of another collaborator.
Like, truly just great minds thinking of like the idea of, again, having this persona for the music you make, to be there to enjoy the music as an art versus Damon Albarn from Blur. But everyone knew Damon Albarn from Blur, so it wasn't like... The allure wasn't there.
The element of mystery is not exactly part of that project.
But MF Doom is on that record. November Has Come, I believe, is the song, and it is great. His feature is great. Scarface and MF Doom on the Air album collaborated, just kind of make like a bunch of tracks together. They have 2. I only have the one here with me. There is At Home. Jay Dilla, I think you mentioned, has a whole album with him as well.
Yes.
Danger Doom is a collaboration with Danger Mouse. And
that's right. Back when everyone was collaborating with Danger Mouse.
Yeah.
The good old days.
Danger Mouse and MF Doom.
2010 kind of stuff.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. He has 2 collaborations with Danger Mouse. 2 of them. The second one, I think, is better. Give it a listen. There is a few others in there. The Wu-Tang I already mentioned. Gorillaz. There's lots of them. And it's kind of messy on Spotify now just to like look through them. But his collaborations are amazing. Quite literally, just he works really well with other people. When it comes to sampling, when it comes to writing, it really does work. I think if you're listening to MF Doom, you get through the big three, start going through his collaborations. I think they truly show how strong of a collaborator he is. A lot of his solo work is great, I will say, but it definitely just falls short to his other personas or his collaboration projects.
I would almost say it seems like a good way to start would just be to look at everything and see a name that you recognize and just go for it, right?
Yeah. I mean, he does a lot of stuff with Madlib too. This is probably more
iconic producer
Madlib. He's still around, kicking it and making great stuff. A lot of his stuff is with Madlib. There's, I think, 3 or 4 collabs there. Some of them more instrumental. Some of them are just like rap collaborations. I mean, Madvillain is his biggest one. But it definitely comes down to, if you see a name or you think you see a name that you might have recognized at one point, listen to it.
I have a question for you, Simon.
Let's hear it.
I feel like I've heard the word collaboration spoken by you.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a personal question.
Let's hear it.
Why are you so into collaboration? What is it about you, Simon, the human being in front of me? Because there are many other ways that music can be great.
100%.
But collaboration seems to be really important to you. Why do you think that is?
I think I've seen teams of people accomplish great things, like personally in my life. I think it's been almost magical to see a transformation of a bunch of strangers coming together and doing something great.
Hey, that's what we do.
That's what we do.
Should we tell the people about the Guelph Outdoor School?
Yo, shout out to Chris Green.
Yeah, I think this came up on the last episode as well. In fact, I know it did. Me and Simon, and I would hate for the Passion Show to just become Wizard interviews his colleagues show, but that's bound to happen.
Yeah.
I promise, dear listeners, that I have more varied guests lined up, but for the time being,
100%.
the Guelph Outdoor School is where Simon works.
Yep.
And
also where Wizard works.
Yes, it is where I work. That's true. And I would describe us as collaborators.
100%. I think what we do is pretty magical, and I think that's a common thread that everyone agrees upon. The work we do is magical, and that's why we do it. I think I see that in music when people collaborate as well. It just, when it works really well, and you can tell when it doesn't. I think as well is an interesting thing. I love seeing a feature on a song and just knowing, like, you sent this in an hour before midnight when you teased an album, 3 months ago, and this is supposed to be your single, whatever, album rollouts. I think a feature should complement a record, not try to complete it.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So
collaboration is big for me in
yes.
music.
Just like at the Guelph Outdoor School.
Yes. Collaboration is important.
Collaboration is key.
Yeah.
I love that. So you just love collaboration as a concept. Is what you're getting at.
I don't ever see myself going anywhere without a team of people behind me. I just don't think that's true. I don't think there's the idea. I was thinking about it earlier today when I was reflecting on what I'd come on and talk about, just general ideas, and the idea of being like self-made. That really just it grinds my gears.
You don't like that?
No, because I don't think anyone is ever self-made.
No, me neither.
Yeah,
this is a do it together radio show. Set it at the top.
There's no way anyone gets to any success in their life just completely on their own. And maybe there's one or two, perhaps a few. But I think there's no way.
Even so, I think that's just marketing.
You can't say you're self-made. Like, you took opportunities, you talked to people, like, you've taken knowledge from others or books or media or your life experience. Can it truly be self-made? I don't think that's like a hot take or anything, but like the idea of being self-made.
This isn't a show about hot takes.
It's not about hot takes.
This is a show about knowing the truth and being the truth.
Yeah.
So, and speaking the truth.
Speaking with passion.
Exactly. I hope this is substantive. I hope the listeners at home are enjoying us yap right now.
Two guys behind a mic.
Just yapping. But hey, we love our friends.
We love our friends.
I feel like
and we love music. And we love
music.
The spirit of radio.
The spirit of radio. Because this is what it's all about.
100%.
This is what it's all about. Maybe we should play an instrumental at this point.
Absolutely. I think I got one that's pretty good. I'll kind of pivot into it. So MF Doom, again, amazing producer. He released all of his tracks as instrumental albums called MF Doom's Herbs and Spices.
That's right.
Yes, and he has about I think 9 or 10 different like volumes. Considering again he's a nerd, you got to have some volumes of comics.
Yeah,
So
volumes.
He has
of
10
course.
volumes, of course, of the Herbs and Spices, which are just instrumentals of most of his major hits, his songs on his albums, but also just random beats he's made, and some of them I think shine better than his biggest tracks. I think we should play one.
All right, let's do it. You are now listening to an MF Doom instrumental.
It's gonna be a surprise.
It's going to be a surprise. We'll talk about it afterwards.
Yeah,
Please
enjoy.
enjoy. We are back. We are back from that charming instrumental.
That was Lavender Buds by the great, the one, the only MF Doom. All caps when you spell the man's name.
Oh, of course. All caps when you spell the man name, baby.
It's pretty good. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Marvel Comics recently just kind of gave him a little shout out.
Oh, that's adorable.
Post death. It was a new comic run of a Doctor Doom comic, and in the front they kind of just put a lyric. Wasn't anything like R.I.P. MF Doom, but it was definitely like a
That's
shout
touching.
out.
That's
And
touching.
unfortunately, because of Western capitalism, it's on eBay for like $500.
Oh,
But it is a cool homage to the lyricism, the love of comics and rap.
yeah, people have so much love for this man. I remember. I'll tell you the reason why I know that it was 2020. It's because I like remember the day.
The day.
I remember I was parked at the pharmacy in Kincardine, Ontario, and I was looking at my telephone, and I saw the news, and I had to sit there and take a breath because just like you, this man was a pretty substantial gateway for me to the world of hip hop.
Absolutely. And I mean, for folks that don't know, like he's often called your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. And that is pretty true. I mean, a lot of the names we see in the game right now, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Tyler, the Creator, Frank Ocean, like these R&B, rap, hip hop artists all grew up listening to MF Doom, loving MF Doom. And we see that today with post Kanye, College Dropout, sampling becoming this huge, huge asset to hip hop and the way music is made. Most of Drake's biggest hits are samples of old songs. Kendrick Lamar, same thing.
Some of them are even
Tyler,
samples
Creator.
of new songs like Hotline Bling and Cha Cha.
Yeah.
That Sly Dog.
Sampling it's pretty crazy. It's a crazy, amazing thing that I think really changes music for the way it was, and it got a lot of slack at first. Oh, it's not creative. Oh, it's stealing our artists' hard work. But I think they're breathing new life into it almost.
Oh, of course, remix and like reimagining, interpolating is such an important, because it's almost like, oh, I love this.
It feeds culture.
It's collaborating with the past.
Oh, it is collaborating with the past.
Music is alive. It's a living being.
100%. It's evolving. It's growing with culture and society.
And there's no reason to ignore that.
100%.
It's like if we love old music and we love culture, then let's keep it living. Let it breathe.
100%.
It's just like the oral tradition of storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
That's been around for thousands of years.
Yeah.
It's songs go away if they're not sung. And if they're not sampled on incredible rap music.
MF Doom is the reason you have all of your favorite rappers today. No, not actually, but
perhaps many of them.
Perhaps many, and the reason.
And even if he weren't, he would still be amazing.
He still would be 100%.
All right, Simon, we've entered that part of the show.
That part of the show.
That part of the show that's going to become just such an iconic part of this show.
Okay.
Where we switch gears, we throw it out of this. And it's my turn.
It's your turn.
It's my turn, Simon.
Let's hear it.
What am I passionate about? Let me tell you.
I want to hear it. I have no clue.
I am passionate today about vinyl records.
Okay.
I love vinyl records.
Yeah. Why?
They are so fun. They're incredible, like physical media, art that you can hold. And I don't think it's like the be all end all. Some people can be really elitist about this, and don't get it twisted. 95% of the music that I listen to comes directly from computer.
Okay.
My good friend computer, I say, I love technology. I say, Spotify, give me an album. It says, oh, right away, Wizard, right away.
They got the AI DJ now.
No, well,
Feeding it
I don't know.
right to you, spoon fed.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Okay.
But it's like amazing. It's unbelievable technology.
100%.
But there's such a thing as too convenient. And what I just love having to rummage around. I have my dinky old crate. It lives in the like cabinet underneath my island. Crate. Yeah.
Like a milk crate.
I have a tiny little island in my tiny little apartment. And I have to bend down there and pull it. It's so heavy. There's like 50 records in there.
They're quite heavy.
And I have to
will attest.
thumb through them and find something and put it on in my turntable. Simon, my turntable is broken, but not fully broken. It just sometimes I turn it on and it just doesn't want to spin.
Okay.
And so I have to take my finger and it spin it. And I say, go on turntable, spin. And then after a minute of doing that, it says, you know what? I think it's time for me to spin.
Do you think this almost, I want to say like ritual to begin the listening experience adds to the love for vinyl?
That's a beautiful word, Simon, ritual.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love the ritual. I live for the ritual. And frankly, I love my bad turntable. I love when people are over and I want to play a record and they're like, what are you doing, Wizard? And I'm just like, I'm making it spin.
Does it work half the time? That's part of the magic.
Me and the turntable are friends. We have a relationship. Okay. And part of that is that I need to warm it up before it can start to go 33 1/3 rotations per minute and play my stinking record already.
Okay.
I love looking at my record collection. I love supporting the artists in that way. Because I'm not much of a t-shirt buyer.
Okay.
And there's only 3 real ways to support an artist these days. You either buy a ticket, buy a t-shirt, or you buy a vinyl record.
100%.
And I'll take the vinyl record every time because what matters to me is the music. Well, of course I'll also buy a show ticket.
Yeah.
But those are expensive. And you go to the show that you spent $80 on a ticket to. Yippee!
And then
goodbye.
That's it. It's a memory.
And there's nothing wrong with memories.
100%.
But what if a memory was pressed with a big machine onto vinyl wax, and I can keep it forever.
Forever.
And when my time comes, my grandchild gets to enjoy that.
Have a super sick record collection
for the rest of time.
Yeah.
And I love cataloging my records. I'd like to offer a shout out to the website Discogs.com.
Big Discogs guy?
I'm a Discogs guy, and I'm not afraid to say it. I love Discogs. Simon, would you indulge me if I told you a couple of the favorite records that I own?
Let's hear it. Yeah.
I know you're a big rap fan.
Uh-huh.
I own, you're going to love this.
Probably.
Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Untitled Unmastered. Are you familiar with that album?
I'm familiar with that album.
Signed.
No way.
Yes, sir. I bought it on the internet. He only sold like a few hundred of them. I happened to be on my phone when I was in Europe, when I was in 5th year of high school.
Okay.
And I was in Europe on an art history trip, and I saw it on Twitter or whatever. And I spent a couple hours like setting up buying this record. It didn't want me to use my credit card because I was in another continent.
Yeah.
But I figured it out. Now I own that. And people have messaged me on Discogs. They want to buy it for like hundreds of dollars. And I say, no, that's mine. No. That's for, Wizard the Third one day. My son, Wizard the Second's child, Wizard the Third. So that's a record that I own that I really like.
Do you want to know this is again, MF Doom fact.
Okay, of course.
So on the topic of rare records that are exuberantly expensive on Discogs, MF Doom toured very few times. One famously, he sold records on and CDs, and this was for the Food like kind of tour in a sense. And these records were scratch and sniff.
Excuse me?
They were scratch and sniff. So the cover is him eating like chocolate, like Cheerios.
Yeah,
and it would smell like
great
chocolate.
Cover, iconic cover.
Yeah, iconic. These records were sold. People have them. They probably still have them somewhere in their attics. A lot of these are old heads. on eBay, if you can find a sealed Scratch and Sniff MF Doom record,
with the smell still
present, it's like $2,000.
That's amazing.
And I think I've seen 2 or 3 listings, and they've been up there for 2 or 3 years.
And collecting is so
no
cool.
one is going to pay except Simon one day.
One day,
hopefully.
Once you made it big.
Once I made it big, I'm going to be buying this
in the collaboration industry.
MF Doom Scratch and Sniff vinyl, and I'm never going to open it, and it's going to be on my shelf. But I'm going to be so proud because it'll kind of cement this physicality of the tour, of MF Doom, of the music, that I've supported this artist. And I guess, in a way, I've supported the person that bought the record originally.
Yeah,
but
that's beautiful.
Yeah, just a fun pivot.
And I have one more record. I think our time is almost up.
Let's hear it.
And I'm going to float this final record for you. Also, I would just like to submit into the future. I hope that someone just wants to talk about collecting on this show someday. Collecting is so cool.
Yeah. Even rocks?
Especially rocks. Any kind of collection is cool, you know? Stamps are amazing.
Stamps are a fun one.
But we'll get to that. Here's the last record I'm going to tell you about. A record that I own, have in my possession, will never leave.
Okay.
Some of my favorite people gave me a record. It's the first one. It's serial number 1 of a little song called Patience Remix.
Huh.
By a little band we know and love called Shebad. Shebad's first it's a little cute little single, a little 45. Seal number 1. I think they only made 100 of them.
Only 100 of them.
Yeah, with Lovers to the Moon by Sunshine Makers, the friends of the show, the Sunshine Makers from London, Ontario, on the other side.
Okay.
And an amazing track. Lovers to the Moon, so good. And Patience Remix
by Shebad.
By Shebad, remixed by the incredibly talented Jack Jassawave. Unbelievable song. But that's not the song we're going to play. Hopefully, if it gets cleared, and I might have to change this in post, but I think that you're all now going to enjoy the song, the brand new single, Black Walnut by Shebad.
Let's hear it.
But before we hear it, Simon, thank you so much for being on episode 1 of The Passion Show with Wizard here on CFRU 93.3 FM. This has been amazing.
Thank you, Wizard.
What an incredible collaboration that you and I just shared.
Absolute honor. And I can't wait to see what this grows into.
With any luck, we will collaborate again many times in the future.
Oh, I got lots of passions.
Yes. All right. Black Walnut, Shebad, Wizard,
and Simon.
Signing off.